On the last episode of this series, I looked at Sean Williams, specifically to rank his Star Wars Legends novels based on the user ratings and reviews they received from the five major websites that do user ratings or reviews for books in the series EU by the Numbers. This data I collected over 2 years ago for a series of articles on the expandeduniverse.com. If you'd like more information on that, how I calculated and got those numbers, you can go to the article in the pinned comments. But today I want to go over the final author in the series that I'll be covering, Drew Karpyshyn. Just some stats for him before we get started. He wrote 5 novels, which is ninth amongst all the adult authors and is 15th overall. He has an average star rating. This is how many stars out of 5 his books were given on average, as all the 5 websites use a 5-star rating scale of 4.21. That actually puts him at first amongst all Star Wars Legends authors. Just a quick note here, of the authors in the top 10, 5 of them actually have written less books than Drew himself, and 2 of those only have 1. So that's a very impressive number that he has there. For total user ratings, he is 5th at 87,043. This is how many people across all the 5 websites left a rating or review on one of his books. And when you divide that by the user ratings per book, you get 17,408.6, which puts him at 3rd amongst all Star Wars Legends authors. Writing novels for Star Wars specifically, he was active from 2006 until 2012. So coming into number 5, we have his final book that he wrote, The Old Republic Annihilation, which came out on Tuesday, the 13th of November 2012. This with a star rating of 4.06. User rating, it had the lowest of all of his books at 6,099, which is about average for what Star Wars Legends novels get. And his overall ranked 21st out of the 160 Star Wars Legends adult novels. At number 4, and 1 spot higher, we have the other Old Republic tie-in novel, Revan, which came out on the 15th of November of 2011, which was a Tuesday. This one with a star rating of 4.07. Total user ratings, it had 19,102, and is overall ranked 20th out of 160. And in the top 3, we have the second book in the Darth Bane trilogy, Rule of Two, which came out on Wednesday, the 26th of December 2007. Is with a star rating of 4.24, with 19,215 total user ratings, and an overall ranking of 8th out of 160. Yes, all 3 books in the Bane trilogy are in the top 10. At number 2, we have the conclusion to the Darth Bane trilogy, Dynasty of Evil, which came out on Tuesday, the 8th of December 2009. It's with a star rating of 4.32. Total user ratings, it had 17,341, and is overall 3rd out of the 160 Star Wars Legends adult novels. And coming in at number 1, both for the novels he's written and all time, of all Star Wars Legends novels, we have the first book in the Bane trilogy, Path of Destruction, which came out on Tuesday, the 26th of September 2006. It's with a star rating of 4.34. User ratings, it has 25,286. That is actually the 4th highest user ratings of any Star Wars Legends books. The only books that are above it are the Thrawn trilogy. And is overall ranked number 1 out of the 160 Star Wars Legends adult novels. The highest rated Star Wars Legends novel is Path of Destruction. Just to kind of put that into perspective, True Colors, which I've covered in my episode on Karen Travis, which is at the number 2 spot, is 0.1 stars behind Path of Destruction, but only has about a 5th of the rating. So pretty handily took it, the number 1 overall spot. Path of Destruction did. So finally, just going over some charts as I wrap up with all of these. You look at his overall star ratings over time, you actually see a downward trend, kind of going against the grain of the other ones, where again the earlier books in the series tend to have lower ratings than the higher ones. This one's again the reverse, where the first and the third had pretty high ratings, but the first just beating it out, and the middle book being somewhat lacking. Then you have the two Swator novels, which are both around the same general ballpark in star ratings, just again one spot ahead of each other. Uh, both significantly down from the Bane trilogy, but still pretty respectable. When you look at his ratings over time, you actually notice something very fascinating here. Again, these numbers for the first four, the Bane trilogy and the Dark and Revan, all four of those books are in the top 11 for total user ratings, meaning that uh, they're that like of the 11 most rated books, the books people were actually leaving reviews for, those four were the highest. And then you have a fairly significant drop off with the Old Republic Annihilation. But as I said, 6,000 is about the average. So his worst book is average when you talk about how many people are leaving ratings on their books, on his books. And again, as I said, generally in statistics, you see this thing where if a population size is greater, then you'll have the average go down, right? The more people rating a book usually means that the average goes down. Well, with Drew, that's simply not the case. You can see he has record breaking numbers in how many people are leaving rating on his books, and still they are again all in the top 21. Very impressive stuff for Drew here. Um, and I guess you could say I saved the best for last in this series. But that is all. Thank you very much for watching. Let me know what your thoughts on this and the whole series. I don't know what I'll do next. I've been kind of planning, blowing in my head of maybe covering the New Jedi Order, Legacy of the Force, Fate of the Jedi series, ranking them in the same way. I don't know how much you guys would be interested in that. Maybe something else. Let me know down in the comments, I guess, what you'd like to see me do. And until next time, take care.